You can't see it, but I have like candles and incense, and I like to do things like that right before I practice. It's just a good way to kind of build ritual into the yoga practice. And so even when I'm teaching like group Zoom classes, I like to do that. So I'm excited to go live today. And I know YouTube doesn't allow me to see all your beautiful faces, but let's see. Oh, I see live chat. All messages are visible. Yeah, see, I'm still learning all these fun things about YouTube and going live on YouTube. So that's a thing. So, welcome to today's yoga class. Hey, friends. Hi. Looks like a few people are logging on. If you have your blanket, bolster, I sent an email out. You don't necessarily need a yoga mat, but if you have one, use that. Maybe a sip of water off to the side in case you need that. And then let's find a seat. So find a comfortable seated posture. Most of today's practice will be seated. So if you need to use a chair instead of sitting on the floor, then do that. I like to try to make my classes as accessible as possible. And some people just don't have the means to get onto the floor, and I totally understand. So all of these practices can be done from a chair. And shameless plug, my 90-day challenge has a ton of options for chair yoga. So go check that out if that's what you need. So go ahead and bring your knees or just kind of cross your legs or maybe have legs extended. You can bring your hands to your knees, shoulders away from arms. I don't think you can get your shoulders away from arms. Shoulders away from ears. I don't think that's the first time I've given that cue, but that's okay. Shoulders away from ears. I think you want your shoulders attached to your arms. Go ahead and close your eyes. Let's find some grounding here, friends. Wiggle your toes, flex the muscles in your legs. Release the tension there. Flex the muscles in your arms, release the tension. Wiggle your fingers. And maybe bring your hands to your belly and just notice the breath. We're just kind of in a smooth, comfortable breath here. Eyes are closed. We can breathe with our mouth or our nose. We're trying to let go of any tension and then also sit a little bit taller. So imagine a string from the base of the spine all the way up towards the top of the head, and maybe somebody's pulling it taut, feeling into this long, amazing spine of ours. Take a few breaths, just noticing our beautiful bellies just expanding and then maybe receding and feeling really, really good. Maybe we give her a squeeze or him a squeeze. Who knows what our belly is? Non-binary, maybe. They a squeeze. Um, them a squeeze, I think it would be. There you go, Tiffany. Very good. And then begin to just like love on yourself. Love your belly for exactly what it is. It helps to digest food and hold in organs. And it does that every single day. So let's send some love there. It probably doesn't receive very much love. Option to keep your hands here at your belly or move them back to your knees, whatever feels right for you for today. And then begin to seal the lips and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, finding that ujjayi breath. So as we sip in the air, we count to 4, 5, or 6. And then exhale, we find the same count. So sip it in, breathing in for 4, 5, or 6, and then exhale to that same count. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Finding that ujjayi breath. Maybe the breath feels like you need more, like 5 or 6, or maybe it's just, perfect right at 4. Like you get to decide. Whatever feels good. As we explore the breath, take notice of how it sounds, maybe like an ocean wave. Maybe it feels like we're fogging a mirror as we exhale. As we inhale and exhale, I'd like to offer the intention of, I am the same. So sip in the air and we think I am. And then exhale, we think the same. New year, new you is one way to look at it. New year, same you is maybe a better way to think of it. We are the same. The only thing that changed is the date. Taking into account maybe some things that you have changed. Those are actions, but it's not you. So you're still the same. Your actions may have changed. Take a few deep breaths, letting that sink in. Inhale, I am. Exhale, the same. On that next exhale, we sit up taller. Notice if our shoulders begin to round. And that right ear comes down to the right shoulder, finding a nice stretch on the left side. Eyes are still closed here, friends. So between the ear and the shoulder, maybe we bring our left hand to the lap, reach it off to the side, like reaching it, just kind of letting that shoulder drop down a little bit more. Or the top of the hand can come to the base of the spine, and this lets the shoulder come down even more. Wherever you're at is good. Sometimes we don't have that flexibility to reach behind. So listen to our bodies. Every day our body is different. Every day our flexibility is different. It's okay. As we inhale, we lift the chin, and as we exhale, we lower the chin, just feeling into all sides of the neck here. Move slowly with the breath. Let yourself really feel into the neck space here. The neck holds up kind of an important thing. And we love to hold tension in it. So if you're feeling that tension creeping up, try to release it here as we breathe into that side of the neck. On that next inhale, we come to stillness, and then head comes back to center. We release our left hand. Eyes are still closed. We sit up tall as we inhale, and then exhale, the left ear comes down to the left shoulder. We decide with our right hand. We leave it in our lap. We could reach it off to the side, or the top of the hand comes to the base of the spine. You get to choose. It's your body. You get to do the way the yoga. You get to do yoga the way that you need to do it. As we inhale, we lift our chin. Exhale, we lower the chin, finding that smooth ujjayi breath. Letting ourselves feel into our bodies, the stretch happening, and letting it feel really, really good. On that next exhale, we come to stillness and then bring our head back to center on the inhale, releasing our right hand and finding a couple of neck circles. So bringing your chin all the way down to the left, all the way back to the other side, which would be right, and then down to center. And then in the opposite direction. So then over to the right, back to the left, and then back to center. And maybe we just keep our chin in the center for a breath. We could press onto the back of the head gently if we're not feeling the stretch. Super gentle, gentle touch. Then on that next inhale, we raise our head all the way back up and we sit as tall as we can as we open our eyes and let ourselves kind of acclimate to the light in the room. Sometimes it can be like, whoa, what just happened? Inhale, we scoop up the arms, press into the palms, and exhale, we bring our hands to our heart center. On this next one, visualize the things you love in your life. You're scooping it all up, pressing our palms together. Exhale, bringing it back to our heart center. Inhale, we visualize things like laughter and happiness and joy. Press your palms together. Exhale back to center. One more time, scooping them up, maybe tangible things, coffee, ice cream. Why is it always food? Press the palms together and exhale back to center. I actually don't like ice cream that much, but that's beside the point. For some reason, it came up. Go ahead and circle the arms one more time. And this time we're holding a beach ball above our heads. We lift up our chin. We might arch the back a little bit, shoulders away from ears. Reach, reach, reach. Look, look, look. And then exhale, we bring our head to the horizon so that we can look out. Right hand comes down, and then the left shoulder reaches over, like in front of our face a little bit. So it's like blocking our face. This reaches a stretch in our low back body. This should feel good. So if you're in a chair, your right hand might just be reaching down and your left hand might just be reaching over. On that next inhale, we twist our chest so it's looking up to the sky, and then this left hand is now reaching up and over. So maybe we look at the hand or to the ceiling, wherever it feels good. On that next exhale, bring the hand all the way back down, feeling into that low left back body. That's a tongue twister for some reason. Inhale, we raise the hand all the way back up, reaching up and over, feeling into the front side body. Exhale, we come back to center and shake out that left hand. Inhale, we circle the arms all the way up, looking up, reaching up. Left hand comes down, right hand comes up and over, finding that back body stretch on the other side. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Maybe as we inhale, we lift a little bit. Exhale, we lower a little bit. Stretch. And then inhale, we open up our chest, look up to the sky, and we find this nice stretch this way. So letting our front body really feel into that stretch. Exhale, we lower our arms all the way back down. So we find that closed shoulder version. Inhale, open shoulder. Exhale, close shoulder. And we just move slowly with the rhythm of the breath, allowing ourselves to feel the stretch on both areas. If one side feels good, you can always hang out there. On that next exhale, we go ahead and come all the way back up. Shake out that right hand. Inhale, we scoop up the arms, we look up, reach up, and find our beach ball again. And then exhale, we bring our hands out in front of us. If you're in a chair, maybe take your feet a little wider. Your hands can come down to the ground or to the block if you're in a chair. Otherwise, we press our bellies into our thighs. Make room for your belly as you lower down a little bit more. Chin comes to the chest and our shoulders roll forward. Let this be passive and feel really good in our low back body. On that next inhale, we rise all the way back up. Bring our hands behind us, and if your legs are crossed, we cross them in the opposite direction. If you're seated in a chair, you could bring your feet a little more narrow, or you could even just like cross at the ankles. So that's an option. Inhale, we circle the arms, press the palms together, and exhale, we bring our hands to heart center. Inhale, we scoop up again, reach up, and then look to the horizon, shoulders away from ears, and then find a gentle twist to the right. Both hands come down, right hand behind, left hand to the left leg. Take a deep inhale, we lengthen the spine, and then exhale, we twist over that right shoulder. So inhale, we're lengthening, imagining that string, and then exhale, we twist. We're not pressing in, trying to make it twist. We're just allowing the twist to happen in our bodies naturally. So light touch with the hands. Exhale, we come back to center. Inhale, scoop up, look up, reach up. And then exhale, look to the horizon, shoulders away from ears. Find a gentle twist to the left. And then both hands come down and find that same action. So inhale, we lift and lengthen, imagining that string. And then exhale, we twist, looking over that left shoulder. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we twist. On that next exhale, both hands come back to center. Inhale, we scoop up, look up, reach up, stare at our thumbs, and then exhale, come all the way back down to the ground. Press our belly in where it meets the thigh and let our back body feel a nice stretch. On that next inhale, we lift our chest all the way back up. Adjust ourselves in whatever way we need to, and let's extend our legs out in front of us. If you're in a chair, you can just be in the position you are in. Shake out your feet. Wiggle the knees. Let yourself kind of feel into the blood rushing back to your leg. Inhale, we circle the arms, look up, reach up, and then exhale, we begin to fold. And maybe we touch the feet, we can flex the feet, or maybe we touch our shins. Stick our booties back, and then think about our chest lifting. So, a lot of times I see this where head is down and tucked, which is fine, but just know you're going to access that low back body. And then if you lift your chest and stick your booty back and hinge at the hips, the back of the legs will feel the stretch. So focus on where you want, like if you want your back body stretched, then go for it. But sometimes that can cause some pain. So just listen to the body and do what's right for you. And plus, if your hips are more open, your back will love you a little bit more. Hip and back pain oftentimes go hand in hand, or tight hips and back pain go hand in hand. On that next inhale, we rise all the way back up. Extend our right leg out in front of us. Left leg comes in. If you're sitting in a chair, just have your foot down like this. So just knee. So it's like knee, and then it's just the foot, the side of the foot is on the ground. So you're still opening up the hip very gently, unless you have a block or something like that. So that's the stretch. Inhale, we circle the arms, reach up, look up, and then exhale, we begin to fold, finding a forward fold over our knee. You could also find a figure four, but sometimes it's not accessible. So if you want to cross the ankle on top of the knee in the chair, flex our foot, lift our chest, and exhale, we fold a little bit more. Flex those quadriceps, like see those quadriceps move and see how that changes the stretch. If this left leg is bouncing, just gently press your hand into it, whatever feels good here. On that next inhale, we rise all the way back up and switch sides. So right leg comes in, left leg extends. And we find our seated tree on the other side. So flex our foot. Maybe we find a little quarter turn to the left. Coming back to center. Inhale, we scoop up. Look up, reach up. Exhale, we bring our hands all the way back down. Right hand can come to the right leg if it's bouncing. And then feel that hinge in the hips. So we shift forward into the hips, not into the chest. So that's the difference. We want to lift the chest up. Flexing this foot, allowing yourself to just kind of come down as your body wants to. Gravity is your friend here. Don't try to pull yourself towards your feet here. The reason is because you can injure yourself really easily. I know from experience, friends. Don't do like me. On that next inhale, we rise all the way back up and bring both feet in to find butterfly. So if your knees are a little bit more like this, then bring them out and make more of a diamond shape. And if you can bring them a little closer to the groin, then you can have that option as well. Bring your hands to your ankles. We sit up tall, feeling into our regal selves. Elbows come to the knees, and we slowly hinge forward, finding that nice stretch in our outer hips, inner hips. Let's feel into the body. Take some deep breaths and think, I am the same. Inhale, I am. Exhale, the same. Taking time to just find that breath, feel into the body, let yourself really sink into this stretch. If you're sitting in a chair, you can always just bring the blade edge of your foot up so it's like this version is on the ground and you forward fold. You could also try it with a block or another chair directly in front of you if you can't get on the ground. On that next exhale, we lift all the way back up, and then let's extend our legs so we find a wide-legged version of this. Flex our feet, and I like to find this little turny, twisty thing. I'm going to call it a wide-legged seated twist, officially. It kind of just brings your thigh bones into your hip bones. And if you've ever had any injuries or have tightness here, it just lines you up after all these forward folds. So flex your feet and then bring your hands directly in front of you. And maybe they come to the ground, maybe not. And then just slowly lower down. And like for me today, this is where I'm at. This is as tight as my hips are. So if you're here, then that's great. This is perfect. We don't want to be reaching like this. I can still reach out like this, but that doesn't mean that I'm stretching anymore. We want to slowly walk our hands out and use them for leverage. So as we breathe, maybe bending the elbows and playing with our chest. Think about our hips. Think about our toes flexing, quadriceps flexing. This is a very active pose. So let yourself feel into this posture. If you're in a chair, you can definitely just take your legs wide and bend at the knees and forward fold. Your hands might even come to the ground. Sometimes when I'm in a chair, I have to like lift up my hips and set them back because I almost fall off. So just be careful. Find that ujjayi breath if you lost it. Taking time here. On that next exhale, we go ahead and lift all the way back up and bring our legs back together. Wiggle the knees. And if you're in a chair, option here is to just put your hips all the way at the edge and gently lean back to find like your back to the ground version. Otherwise, you can come off of the chair and onto the ground if you feel comfortable enough. And if you're on the ground, then go ahead and come onto the back. Bend your knees, plant your feet onto the earth. And then arms come off to the sides. So let the tops of the hands hit the ground. And let's just rock our knees back and forth. If you're in a chair, you can definitely do this too. So you're just like rocking a little bit, allowing that low back to release. Shoulders are away from ears. And then come to stillness. Plant your right foot down onto the mat. And it's bent, and cross your left foot. Maybe even pull down the left foot a little bit so you find your figure four seated. And let's just rock back and forth. You should be able to access this even in a chair, maybe, depending on the tightness of your hips. You can rock your knees back and forth like windshield wipers, or you can just stay still. This definitely stretches your hips. Take a deep breath. Open mouth, exhale. Go ahead and plant your left foot down and right in front of the hip, and then cross your right foot over, finding that figure four on the other side. Flex your right foot. Maybe you rock it back and forth, finding that ujjayi breath. So exhale, lower, inhale, rise. Or maybe you stay on one side and just kind of breathe for a moment or two, and then move to the other side, breathe for a moment or two. When you're ready, come back to center, plant both feet down. Let's take the feet wider than the mat and rock your knees in or knock them in, kind of like making a triangle shape. Bring both hands above your head, shoulders away from ears. This is a really great, gentle hip opener. So the outer hips feel this wonderful opening. And as we sit here, tap back into that intention. I am the same. I am the same. Should feel good in your body right now. Go ahead and close your eyes and really tap into the breath. Let yourself maybe even bring your hands to the belly and feel the belly rise and fall a couple of times. Let's find Shavasana. So whatever it is that you need in your Shavasana, then go for it. Maybe it's legs extended. Maybe it's arms off to the side. Maybe it's arms above the head. You could also just stay in the pose we were just in, but whatever version of corpse you'd like to be in, go for it. If you need a prop, then grab it. I think I'll be using both of my blocks. I like to set one block up and then the other, and then my bolster on top of my two blocks. This just is my favorite. And then I sit my booty right in front of my bolster and it allows me to be kind of in an upright position. And I feel completely open in my chest, arms are off to the side. You can get this feeling just by putting a blanket under your chest as well. So you get to choose, figure out whichever version you need. And then close your eyes and try to release any tension. So deep inhale, open mouth, exhale. Let it all go. Deep inhale, open mouth, exhale. Last time. Deep inhale, open mouth, exhale. Really sink into the mat and whatever else is supporting you here. Relax your jaw and your forehead and try to take any tension out of your body. If something is coming up in your mind, try to release it. So if it's tasks or to-do lists, put it behind your yoga door. Like you will get to it right as soon as you're done. Those thoughts don't serve you here. The only thoughts you can have or should have is how your body feels. Take inventory and let yourself just sink into the mat and maybe do a quick scan like, how do my toes feel? How do my feet feel? My calves, my shins. So you can focus on your body scan, or maybe as you inhale and exhale, imagine a color and it lightens as you inhale and darkens as you exhale. Let your breath be normal and smooth. You don't have to do an ujjayi right now. And let's spend the next few minutes in silence for your shavasana. On that next exhale, begin to tap into the breath. Wiggle fingers and toes, circle out wrists and ankles, and take both hands overhead for a full body stretch. Let it feel sweet. And then slowly roll onto one side and find a comfortable seated position after you push yourself up. Whenever you're ready. Bring your hands to your heart center, tuck your chin and close your eyes. Thank yourself for being here today and for showing up for yourself. Amazing job, friends. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. The divine light within me honors the divine light within each and every one of you. Thank you. Awesome job, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. I teach this class every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Be sure to sign up so that you get an email reminder. And I appreciate all of you for being here. And I will see you next time. Bye.